Shout out to mom. And then after a while, she's just like, enough of this foolishness. You better start cook too. Sorry, daddy.
Sorry.
So, welcome back, guys. I have my friend here, Flo. So we're just gonna be talking about like the transitioning from being like single to becoming engaged.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
That.
Because I didn't know.
So we're just gonna be talking about that.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll just be talking about our experiences because she's gonna be getting married.
What's up, YouTube? About to become a wife.
Wife status here.
You know.
Yeah, she's ready. Where's the ring?
Wait, what?
All right, this is right there.
Let me just, you know.
Just come back to here with the ring finger.
Don't mind me, YouTube.
So she's gonna be getting married next week.
Yeah.
So where should I start? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I guess I can start off with when you were younger.
Mhm.
What was your idea of what a relationship or marriage would look like?
Oh wow, that's loaded.
When you're a kid, like, you know how some girls like would dress up in like wedding stuff or fantasize? Were you that girl?
I don't think so. Not when I was younger. Probably as I got a little older. I always knew I wanted to get married.
Yeah.
I was that girl actually who said like I want to be married by the time I'm like 22. Like, I always like after high school, I think I just was like, okay, like I'm ready to settle down.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
Wasn't like fantasizing or dressing up dolls or anything like that. Yeah, me either.
I don't know. It's just, it's not my nature.
Maybe like high school.
Yeah.
Is when you started to like think, oh, okay, well,
yeah,
that's the next thing is to...
I might as well. That's what people do.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's very societal pressure wise. Like, it's just like, okay, your next step in life is now to get married.
Yeah.
But not from when I was young, because it took a while for that pressure to build up and be like, okay, tick tick, you know, get going, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you got to that stage, what was your idea of, was it just like, oh, this is just an idea of a relationship, or your idea of what a marriage is gonna look like? Was it just relationship in general, or just like a marriage?
Marriage has always been like end goal. I guess I'm super traditional.
Yeah.
I am very traditional, and like I get my idea of relationship marriage from my parents. Like, as like cheesy as that is, like I was lucky, blessed, whatever you call it, enough to have both my mom and dad in my life my entire life, and they had a very healthy relationship.
That's good.
Extremely healthy. I think now looking back, they hid some things from us. Like, I was one of those kids who never saw my parents raise their voice in front of each other, or never saw my parents argue. Like, good luck to my children. Like, I don't know if I can be that saint, but very, very traditional family.
So what
Christian.
does traditional mean?
So fundamental, like evangelical Christian. My father's a pastor. Shout outs to dad. Hi, I'm on YouTube. Don't mind me splitting out all his business. Like, oh, I'm a pastor's kid. Yeah. And I'm probably like a true PK. Like, had my little rebellious, you know, time, but always was like, you know, I was raised with such strong values that like I kind of like kept them all. Like,
so like gender
roles, very traditional. I think I carried that into my relationship.
I was the opposite.
Yeah.
My parents didn't go to no church. No church. But they were trying to push me and my sisters to go to church. Shout out to grandma.
What up?
Right? So for me, like, I didn't have that example to say like there was somewhat of a gender role to a certain extent.
Were they traditional roles though? Like,
I wouldn't say it was traditional because both of my parents worked, and but my mom would initially be the person that would cook more than my dad. Like, majority of that would be like my mom doing that, but she also worked as well.
Okay.
So
shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. And then after a while, she's just like, enough of this foolishness. You better start cook too. Sorry, daddy.
Sorry.
But so yeah, I didn't have that traditional. But in terms of what marriage is like
Yeah.
for myself, I was just like,
Probably not.
that ain't it.
Really? Yeah.
I had both parents as well, and I think that is a really, really good thing. It for me, I think it really helped me to have both parents growing up. So that there's a blessing there, even though they didn't have a traditional roles or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's something that's important in a relationship for everybody to have their role? It doesn't necessarily have to be traditional, but everybody kind of knowing what role they play in a relationship.
Yeah, order is like the foundation of a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
People want to, like, if you have chaos in your relationship, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, if no one knows what those clear expectations are from your partner, how am I supposed to, you know, work with you? How are we supposed to be a unit? Like, if you can do things and, like,
better than I can, why don't you do it? And if I can do things
better than you,
put your egos aside, let's get it done.
It's a team effort.
100%.
You know what? I didn't realize how much this wedding and planning would bring me and my fiance together, because it's one of the first, I would say, like, big projects that we've like come together, like we've had to come together and work on. And we're talking everything from like finances to planning to guest lists to, you know, checking off to-do lists. Like, it's been a really amazing
timeline,
you know.
It's
been such an amazing experience, and I didn't, because there's stress involved. And you know, stress sometimes for couples makes them bump heads. But this kind of stress has kind of like brought us together in a sense to be like, you know, like, yeah, we're both kind of like being pulled in 100 directions, but like, what do you need from me? You know? Or what do you need me to do too? So it's interesting. I found, like, you know, not all couples are choosing to do the traditional wedding, and like, especially during this COVID time. So I think I'm grateful for the experience.
That's a good look at it. That's a good way to look at it. That's a really, really good way to look at it. So my question for you: you've dated, despite the fact that she's PK, she ain't gonna be up here fronting like she wasn't dating.
Little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So what was it that, did you decide, did you make a decision that this is the person, or did he decide that this is what's gonna happen? Because typically you wait for the guy to make that decision. So did you say to yourself, okay, this is the person that I would like to be with, and I'm gonna wait for him to come and ask me? Or did you just like, we're just going through the motions? Or was there something that stood out? You're just like, this is the person I would like to spend my life with. I can edit it out if you want me to.
Wow. That's a deep question, Charlie. No, it's okay. I know every relationship has like their journey, right? Like, there's ups and downs, and what I'm gonna say to this question, or I guess this point, is like, there was a very defining moment in our relationship, and ladies, it was when I had the ring on my finger. Now, whatever happened leading up to that point was like a bumpy journey, but my mindset and then my actions changed dramatically as soon as I realized that I'm about to be someone's wife.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's interesting.
It is, and it doesn't happen for everyone. But that was my experience. Like, it shifted from a me to a we, and like, I wanted to do everything I could to like take care of him and us and our future, because like now he was like a permanent fixture in it.
That's interesting. I mean, that makes sense as well, because now you're just basically saying that I now would like to be with you for the rest of my life, and you're just like, oh, okay, let me step into this wife role since you're serious. So I can look at it that way.
It essentially was, you know, and that was what it was for me. Some people step into that position before, you know, they're engaged. They treat each other like, you know, they're already married. I don't know. for some reason, it took a ring for me. So,
For
fellas,
me,
step up.
you're just like, please skip this video.
Right?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that it was more. It wasn't a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, okay, he seems like somebody that I could
Do this
settle
with.
down with.
Mhm.
But it was kind of quick, I would say, because I'm the type of person. If I wasn't the person that was looking for marriage per se, because
Yeah.
because after a period of time, I was like, I don't need to be married. Like after a
Yeah.
period of time, I was just like, I don't have to be married or whatever.
Yeah.
But seeing that person or however they treated me, I was just like, okay, yeah, I could see
I could do
myself.
this.
Yeah, so I understand what you're saying. It's
Did
just,
you have that mindset shift? Like,
what, the whole marriage thing?
well, like even like when you realized this was like
Yeah,
your
when I got
forever?
married. When I got married.
So yeah, that was
I
your
was
point.
like, oh, I'm gonna have to be a female now. I'm just gonna have to. Sorry, girls. I'm like, I'm gonna have to try and,
Yeah.
you know, cook sometimes when he's coming home from work. There's
Yeah.
food there, and that was the beginning stages. I'm not gonna tell her what's gonna happen later on, but this beginning stages when
Uh-huh.
all these kids weren't here. But you know, like
yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
It did change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even saying, "Oh, my husband," took some time to like,
Really?
get used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some changes there in terms of like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna do this, but it didn't feel like I was faking it. It didn't feel
Yeah.
fake. It was just like, oh, okay.
You wanted to do it now.
You wanted to do it now. So it wasn't like a fake thing where I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
another day and I gotta cook for this
Yep.
person. You know, it wasn't like that. It was just like, okay, understanding there. He's gonna go to work. I'm at home. I can do this.
Yeah.
I can whatever.
Yeah.
And
We're a team.
we're a team type of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what took place. And then fast forward years later.
Can I flip the switch and ask you a
Of course.
question?
100%.
So we're talking a lot about like marriages and like, you know, husbands and wives. Like, do you have many friends? Like,
That
and
are
I'm
married?
yeah, and black friends too, because like, you know, we're both women of color.
Mhm.
So like, I think it's interesting because like,
No, I don't have a lot of friends that is
Mhm.
married. I don't. I really
Mhm.
don't. To be honest with you, in terms of hanging out with couples that is around our age group,
yeah.
you guys are the first
Oh
in
really?
such a larger group.
Yeah.
You guys are the first in terms of having a group that has everybody's significant other there and we're all hanging out together.
Yeah.
This is like the first, to
Mhm.
be honest with you, so I don't. I might have like my parents' friends. Sometimes I hang out with my parents' friends. I love hanging out with my parents,
Yeah.
my dad's friends.
Yeah.
But no, in terms of the setting to just hang out and do things together and plan things together,
Yeah.
to have that group in terms of, you know, not it being single friends, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's the
Mhm.
first time. Good question.
Yeah.
I like that question.
Do you think it's important to have married friends?
100%.
Yeah.
I do. I do think it's important to have married friends, not
Being married?
being married. Well, I'm divorced. Let's keep it real. I am divorced, and I'm with the person that I divorced.
So,
But yeah, I do think it's important to have a mixture of friends.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
you need to be an individual as well. That's one thing that I would say.
mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Okay, bring it on.
Was there any advice that has been given to you so far?
From who?
From
Anyone?
anyone.
Oh, yeah.
No, I wouldn't even say from anyone because I will not count single people.
Oh,
Because it's kind of like going to a counselor who's a marriage counselor who's never
Never
been
been
married.
married? Okay,
but
yeah,
but anyways, either way, whatever advice, it can still be good advice from single people. So let me just not act like.
Yeah.
So have you gotten any advice? You know, because people are gonna give you advice.
yeah. My fiance's gonna hate this, but I go to my parents.
Yeah.
I love my parents.
Yeah.
And I tell them everything. Sorry, Ethan. He didn't know that, but I do. And they give me great objective
Yeah.
advice because they understand, like, my life is set up different than theirs.
Yeah.
And my personality and temperament is much different than either one of them.
Yeah.
So they do give me good advice though, in terms of like, you know, just like remaining honest in your relationship and just like remembering to love and care for each other, and just like generally when I feel frustrated or want to do something, I think like they're great people to go to. Like,
Unbiased.
yeah, yeah, and they've been through a lot of the things that like I'm going through, and you know, different time and place, and they always like contextualize that. But it's good. Like, even like we want to, you know, buy a home one day, or you know, they've always said, remember to start small. You just do something day by day, and you will get there. So just like having gentle reminders that like I don't necessarily need to be all the way here now.
Don't be distracted by other people's relationships that has been going a little bit longer.
You're here right now,
Yes,
and
you're
it's
here
okay
right
that you're here,
100%.
because you'll take your steps to get there. But just like be chill flow. So they're good for that.
No, that's good.
Yeah, so I do go to my parents actually.
Yeah, that's fine. Any unsolicited advice?
No. And you want to know why? Because I think I'm like the first of some of like my friend groups to really be embarking on this journey. So it's hard. You're right, it's hard to give marriage advice to someone if you've never been in that position before, because people are going to tell you, oh, nothing changes, but it can, you know, it can change.
It can change,
you know.
It can. And well, okay, I'm gonna give my unsolicited advice.
Here we go.
As if I should.
Go on.
I think so. I think I've said this to you before, is just the individual aspect of who you are is very important. So being present with yourself and what you want and communicating that, because you're not gonna stay the same. None of you guys, if you stay the same, then you ain't doing shit in life. You're just gonna be stagnant. So acknowledging that you might say, oh, I don't really like burgers anymore, I actually like hot dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna let you know that I like hot dogs. So just communicating the changes or whatever, instead of trying to stay the same for that person because you don't want to step on toes.
Yep.
And that's a part of honesty.
Yes.
Just to be honest with who you are, what you like, and where you're at, and even suggesting things. So that's all I got. That's it. It's
true. Allowing your partner the space to grow into whoever they really, truly think they are.
Yeah.
It's hard though.
It is difficult.
It's
like
so
you're relearning
hard.
the person, wondering if you're gonna like the person again. But
yes,
it's reality.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think like that's why a lot of relationships don't last long term sometimes.
Yeah.
Unsolicited advice. And it's because of that, you know, when people don't allow their partners to evolve and they want to keep them trapped in that version of who they think they should be. Oh, that's tough. That's like the last relationship you want to find yourself in.
Yeah, it's life, but you know, nothing is, everybody grows. So next question is, what are you most looking forward to with the wedding, and then what are you most looking forward to with being a wife? What are you now looking forward to the next chapter, I would say, because I guess after that day it's like, okay, now what do we do? Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the wedding and being present, because this is the advice I get a lot, which is great advice though. I think make sure you are present during your day and not trying to like check off boxes and make sure that everything's going according to plan. I'm actually, you know this, I'm a laid back person. I'm pretty chill. I go with the flow.
That's why her name is Flo.
You know? You know, I live up to my name. Like, however, this day seems to bring on a little more importance to me, and I find myself actually just a little bit more hands-on in terms of making sure things are going good.
Which is different for you.
Which is different. It's not in my personality. But I definitely am looking forward to just, I'll say it, being the center of attention, for the day and having that moment, you know, because like I said, like it was a team effort. Like we did this, and it was hard. It was hard, and I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh, it's just like sometimes you didn't think like that was gonna be in your cards necessarily, and like it's a proud moment. It's a proud, the both of us, and like for my parents too, like it's a proud moment for them. Like they've been such a big part of it, like helping me plan. I've just really felt everyone come together. So I'm really just looking forward to like everyone being able to just like enjoy the day with me after putting so much work and effort into it, like just because they love me. And that's and that's it. Doing all of this for me just because they love me. So that sounds good. And what about, what are you looking forward to after that day? Like what are you envisioning for yourself in terms of your next steps? And will you be pacing yourself? I think I'm looking forward to just having a husband and like being happily married. Like obviously there's like ticks down the road. Everyone keeps asking us already, like, so kids? Like we haven't even tied the knot yet.
I feel like it's just a conversation piece. That's just how I feel like. I think people just feel they just have to ask that question.
And it's fine. Like I'm open, but we are in no rush. No rush.
Okay.
No rush. Okay. I like sleeping in. I like my me time right now. Trust me, I get it, because like you told me, like I'm a mom, like so like that means everything falls on me. I get that. It'll be the same for me, so I'm just not ready for all that responsibility yet. Because I understand like it's a lot. It's a lot.
And I'm pretty sure your parents, whenever that time comes, will help you.
Oh yeah. But I'm just not ready yet.
You just want to enjoy that space after with him. You just want to enjoy that and building, and then whenever that happens, that happens. Whenever it happens, it happens. Basically what you're saying.
We can practice for a little bit.
Okay, I just want to move it. Can you just do that again? So that they
you know, you can cut that part out. Ethan's gonna be like, what?
I'm not cutting it out. I'm kidding. I'm cutting it out.
So yeah, that's actually what I'm looking forward to, you know.
Okay. Do you have anything else, like anything that you would like to express in terms of like what you thought to where you are now, and anything unconventional that you've learned that you may want to implement, or whatever, if there's anything that like you may see, because a lot of marriages are different nowadays. But I guess maybe we don't need to talk about that, because however you choose to live your life is no one's business. But is there anything that you'd like to add or say in regards to where you were before and where you are now?
It's a journey. It's a journey, and like I was saying before, like I don't know how I got here, but I'm here, and I feel very blessed. I have an amazing man I'm about to marry. Like I just don't know how I got so lucky sometimes. Seriously. But I understand it's not for everybody, and that's okay. I'm just thankful that like my friends, my joy is their joy, you know, and that like though it's not their cup of tea or their style, or they're like, Ethan and Flo are literally crazy, why are they getting married? Like I think it's nice that like we've had so much support. Marriage these days takes on whatever you want it to be. Like I still truly believe it's 100%. Just a piece of paper.
100%.
And I from the beginning had said, this isn't just about me. This day is not just about me. It's not. It's fulfilling my parents' dreams, and I'm okay to say that on here.
You know what I remember?
I'm okay to say that.
When you said just a piece of paper?
What?
Remember when we were driving down to Mississauga?
Yeah.
And we were talking about the whole marriage thing, and I was just like, oh, marriage is so overrated.
Yeah.
Because it's just a piece of paper, and if you love the person, you don't need permission. And Flo's like, I want to get married.
I do, and I still do, but the reasoning can be different, you know.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. But I was saying that because I went through a divorce, and I was just like, oh, it's overrated. You know, if you love the person, who needs permission from the government? And she's like, well, I've been dreaming about this moment, and it's gonna happen. Marriage for me. And I wasn't trying to talk her out of it. I was just like, oh, for me, I just realized this, that, whatever. Why do we need a piece of paper? Da 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 da. But the traditional process for you is important.
It is. Yeah. It is. And I think as long as you're honest with yourself about it,
100%.
Who's gonna? What can you say to that? Like, I know myself. I know the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. It may not be your reasons or whoever's reasons, but I think there's strength and like power in doing what you want. Still, regardless, you know.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's a celebration of love. I would do that. I would do the whole celebration of love thing. If I had to do it again, I would do it in a ceremony type of way, but not traditional. And just basically you're celebrating the fact that you have a love and a union and whatever. That's how I would definitely do it. But I think I don't have any more questions. Okay. That's basically it. So we're gonna cut it right here. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any comments that you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do that. And don't forget to subscribe and like.
See you later, YouTube.